I'm back. This is LEGOBrickFan Productions here with BrickTalk number 47, and yeah. So if you guys have any questions, make sure you put them in the comments section. I will be checking it, and I apologize as there's some problem with mobile devices that I don't know why it's disabled for that. I don't know how to fix that, and I didn't set it that way, so I apologize for that. But yes, I do know that you can't comment from your phones or whatever for whatever weird Google reason.
No, I think they can't. I tried before.
Well, yeah, because it just says it's disabled for mobile devices. So. For Instagram, my Instagram's at LEGOBrickFan Productions. If you guys want to follow me, I'll try to post stuff more occasionally now that I actually have a charger for my iPod, so that works. So now I can charge it. I don't do sub for sub, but if you guys want me to, like, possibly subscribe, you can ask me to check out your channel. I'll subscribe whether or not I think it's worth my time and that I'm actually going to watch your videos, because I won't subscribe to someone just because they asked me to. I will subscribe to someone if I enjoy their videos and I can see myself watching their videos in the future and not going, I don't care, why did I subscribe to this person? Because I don't have to do that. So anyway, however, when people unsubscribe to me, I'd appreciate it if you guys could tell me why and stuff, and I appreciate criticism. So a bunch of people, like, just over the past couple of weeks have been asking about the time. If you check the time, let's say 24 hours, within 24 hours before the Brick Talk, it should, well, the video should be scheduled anyway, but on my channel, if you check it within 24 hours, it'll say Brick Talk and then whatever time, ET or EDT or whatever, for Eastern Time. That's the time that it will be that week, because a bunch of people are like, oh, how are we supposed to know the time? And that's just the way. So not to be rude, I'm just you guys can check that if you don't, if you're unsure. Usually it will be at 8 o'clock. Okay, FunnyBricks Productions wants me to talk about The Dark Knight Comes Back, and actually we don't have that much to talk about. However, I still have some Marvel images to go over from the New York, yeah, it was New York Toy Fair, like a couple weeks ago. There's only 3, so I might as well talk about this first. Now, I got pretty good. I have the idea of the amount of work I'm gonna have to do to finish it, and the funny thing is, actually, I was gonna say a third, but I'm really only like, okay, it's more than a third. Let's say like 3/8 done, because I'm not halfway done. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say I'm halfway done because I have a decent amount of the work done. It's just that I like every time I would do one scene, I never really like put on, like, what I did was I put on a piece of paper all the different scenes I need to do. And that I realized that because I kept changing it in my mind from like how I was going to do it, because I didn't write a script. Now, will I do that in the future? No, because I don't like writing scripts. If I wrote a script, it would just be ideas, and I only write scripts for lines that I, send to people. Obviously, I can't just say, talk about this. Then it won't work. But how it works for me is what I usually, not what I usually do. Yeah, what I'm doing for this is, obviously it's taking me like way too long. But I got, so over, I had a week off the previous week, so I got the idea of the amount of work I needed to do for, to finish it up. And I'm not gonna say my goal because I've already set like a million goals that I didn't get done by. They're honestly unreasonable for the pace I'm working at. Now, in the future, I'd really like to get these done within, I don't know, I want to say 4 months each, because, I don't know, I'm just a very slow worker with this sort of stuff. Not this sort of stuff. This is only what I've been making. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense why I was off to a slow start, because the thing was, I mean, I really had the idea. I talked about it in what, BrickTalk? Oh yeah, it was BrickTalk 9 that I actually talked about. There's no ideas because I was Skyping with Jack Marmar or whatever, and I told him the idea, like this one small idea, and he thought it would be funny. And I also have this idea for this like Batman thing, the serious thing, but I didn't want to do that because it was going to be way harder. So I was like, I'd be much better off with doing something funny that you're not actually supposed to take seriously, because if I did that first, it would look terrible, so no one would take it seriously. Because trust me, I've seen a lot of stop motions where it's like it's supposed to be taken seriously, but it's just, it's not that it's funny. It's just like it doesn't come together well. It doesn't work. So I didn't want to have that happen, and plus that's way, like, I See, this is what I do, guys. This is what usually happens is I'll think of an idea in my head, and then usually like I'll be like, oh yeah, that'd be cool, and then like I probably just be like, nah, it's not worth making, and then I don't know, however long it depends. I should write them down, but probably a month later, a couple months later, I'll think about it, and then I'll probably be like, oh, I should make that since whatever. So I decided to make this, and really I started working on it in August. It must have been August. Yeah, because I was like sick in July. But yeah, so must have been August, and it's been quite a long time. But the reason was because I didn't really set a pace for myself, and the reason I know I really should have used the summer to my advantage. Although the good excuse for that, guys, is that I was technically sick half the summer, so not half. That's No, it's not really an over. Okay. Anyway, my point was I was like sick half the summer, so I probably would have come up with this idea faster. Although I think I actually confirmed it in July because I was just like sitting around because I was like didn't feel good, so I didn't feel like doing anything. But yeah. Anyway, so I did end up finishing the trailer though. The trailer came out in very early August for 500 subscribers. So and since we don't have that much news, I don't really mind just talking about this because this is actually kind of what BrickTalk's supposed to be. Whoa, what? You going on and on about stuff we don't really care about? Well, not necessarily that, but like I don't know. I like discussing like I don't know. It's cool to discuss like how I do it and stuff, and also feel bad because I said it in August. It's been way too long, honestly, and I'm still gonna need more. No, never mind. I won't say that because then all you guys are just gonna rush to it. I'll ask people individually. So there's still a lot to talk about, guys. Don't worry. About the what I was doing. So I'll usually think about it, and so when was BrickTalk 9? It must have been in May, and it was upcoming Brick films. I really should have just that one. I see if you guys ever see BrickTalk, like usually you'll see it has like a colon and then some sort of subtitle. But if it just says like BrickTalk number 45, which I don't know if that had a subtitle, not a subtitle. It's part of the title, but you guys know what I mean. Like a general idea. If it doesn't say that, that's because it was a bunch of I couldn't find like one thing to pin it under. So yeah, that's why you might see. So that really should have been that. And I was working on the image, and I actually for Google Plus, the image that you guys saw me screwing around with in BrickTalk number 9 is now Google Plus. It's on all my Google Plus. It's got like a different background because I didn't like the colored ones because I really don't want to seem like a ripoff of like anyone. Because I know it's not really a ripoff if you just have like a one color background, like 2 minifigures in front of it or a couple of minifigures. You can see whom I'm referencing. Yeah, that'd be correct. So yeah, I didn't want to seem like a ripoff of that because I hate when people like don't use their own original ideas. Now, yeah, that being said, this is not your original idea. You're basing it off the movies. Well, yeah, I'm sure there's definitely been spin-off stop motion series about the movies. But you know what I'd love to see though? I'd love to see more Indiana Jones stop motions. And I actually saw someone on Instagram, and they like I was just looking through their thing, and it's like, oh my gosh, these are like really good. And I was like, well, I don't know, I haven't seen it in its entirety, but from what I saw, I was like, oh my gosh, it was really cool. So I did Wayne Animations, trademarked, sup peeps. Yeah. Well, sup, I guess. But so I saw him, and he had some like trailer for I don't remember their name. Yeah, it could be either gender. I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, so that's why I shouldn't really say he. I should say there. But I have no idea. But so I saw their trailer, and they made like an Indiana Jones thing, and it was like, yes, it was like Indiana Jones and like walking. I don't even remember, but it was like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for so long. I love Indiana Jones stop motions. Now, what I was going to talking about before was that I don't really like when people copy Force Fire because there's a lot of people who do it, and it really kind of annoys me because, see, the thing is in my series, it's like Batman is actually sort of the stupid one, and obviously that has something to do with like his voice sounding ridiculous, which as much as I love the Dark Knight trilogy, and the Dark Knight's my favorite movie for Heath Ledger, as a matter of fact, I really don't like, honestly, just to be honest, I don't really like what Christian Bale did with, like, as Batman himself. He's a fine Bruce Wayne. It's just like, I don't know. And see, it seemed cheesy, but I can't say that because the Michael Keaton Batman like seemed cheesy in the same ways, and I'm saying it like I don't know, like it just it's like that scene where like the Joker's like there. You guys know what I'm talking about, where the Joker's on top of him and Batman goes like he says something and he like shoots those like his arm spikes, which can apparently detach. Which I don't have a problem with that. It's just sort of so they detached and they like shot at him. So
But
I
I
really
don't
like
quite actually understand when, like, he always say what, no guns, no killing, right?
yeah
And the tumbler got lots of guns.
yeah well see he didn't actually use them to shoot people though because he used them in the well I don't know did he no he didn't although honestly he did like smash a bunch of cars but that's like a Batman thing well no was it cars I don't remember what it was that he smashed but I see when I first saw
Like the parking
yeah
lot's
he like ran
wall.
through it oh yeah was it the mirrors that he like smashed off I think he like drove in between I don't remember. But all I remember is from when I first saw that movie, I didn't really I didn't appreciate it as much. And the reason was, no, this is not at all my opinion today, like having actually watched it with a good sense of mind. I don't know, but I didn't really like care for not that I didn't care for movies. I didn't like understand, what really made a good movie. I would just like whatever, like I like Star Wars and stuff. The prequel, that's what I'm talking about honestly. So I didn't like care for like the crappy plot or whatever. Now this does not apply to The Dark Knight, but since I had been so attached to Lego Batman and how that Joker was, and just like Joker in general, I didn't like the Heath Ledger Joker when I first saw it. And now I'm not saying like, oh, I didn't like it, and then I changed my mind. I was like, I, I was pretty. See, I wasn't that little when it came out, but I didn't really care. I was like, whatever. So since I had like been so attached to that, I didn't like it. Now, like I said, if I that yeah, that's right, David Productions. Not Productions, animations. He does use the Tumblr to intimidate exactly, so he doesn't actually kill. So yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm just resituating myself. So what am I doing? Okay, put the mic down. Okay, so I'm talking to myself, but so I didn't like it since I love the regular Joker, so I was like, oh, it's weird, and then like I was like, oh, Two-Face. See, because what I was expecting was for them to be exactly how the ones in the Lego Batman video game was. This was like from again, not that little. Well, whatever. You guys know what I mean. I wasn't like now like I wasn't like it wouldn't be like the same as an adult saying, oh, I didn't like Heath Ledger and now he's really good. It's like yeah, it's not that at all. Because now that I've seen it, because I hadn't seen it for like the first time I saw it and then I never saw it again for like years and years. So it actually like worked. I was like, holy crap, he's awesome. And yeah, I was so tempted saying here we go, but anyway. Which funnily enough, it does say that at the beginning of the DVD when you press play. Since I got it from my last birthday? Yeah, it was in my birthday haul. So that's cool. And yeah, it was this really cool bat cowl case. I really love it. Yeah. So anyway, what was I saying? Okay, something about the movie. Oh, wow, it branches back to this. Um, I didn't really like how the cheesy part. Okay, oh my gosh, it's been so long. I've been talking about my favorite movie, The Dark Knight. I thought it was cheesy. He's like I don't remember what he said, but I just remember it was like sort of like it wasn't like action. It was just like sort of like yeah, and he like moved his arm around and then I don't know. It's just something about that didn't work. Not the Joker part. Excuse me, the Batman part. I just really didn't like it. Although he does like I get it's to disguise his voice, but like so many jokes have been made from it, and I can understand why. Because it's I don't know. Like of course they're not gonna have like Kevin Conroy voice in a movie or anything like that. And I understand where he's going. I just didn't like it. Not that there was an effort put into it. I just didn't like it too much. Wasn't too fond of it. The suit looks awesome though. I'll say that. Speaking of which, what the Arkham Knight trailer? Yeah, it was the Arkham Knight trailer. I just watched it today, but it came out like a couple days ago, I think. And oh my gosh, it looks like amazing. Like the graphics are so good. Now I don't know if that's just because it's in the trailer. Um, Listen, I haven't really. The only one I have is actually Arkham City, which now that I think about it, I can play because I didn't have enough space on my Xbox. My friend gave me like a card that he got with his Xbox. Like, technically we traded games. Yeah, he took like my Lego Star Wars 3, which because I had two, but when he bought his Xbox, he got like some like card with a free download of Arkham City, which is awesome if you ask me. So at the time I couldn't download it, but now I better find the card and download it. Um, Okay, reading the comments. Frozen Bricks Productions, money back sign. I missed it on the Arkham Asylum. Should I pay $300 on eBay to get it? No. If you're talking about the old one, no way. If you're talking about the new one, I'd still say no. Because I said no when I was thinking about the old one, but I'm assuming you're talking about the old one because I think that they still have the new one in stock. It's really not been out for that long, and I hope the UC. I don't know how long the UCS sets last, but I know it's gonna be a while until I get the tumbler. Not too long, but we're talking like
But have you got the tumbler yet?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
The least amount of time we'll get it in is like it's not gonna be soon. It's probably gonna be at
I
least.
thought you said you'll get it in Christmas.
No, I don't want to do that because that would be like, A, that'd be really expensive, first of all, to ask for, and B, I didn't want to only get one thing. So yeah, and there were other things I wanted, and I figured I could wait for like two minifigures, and not that it's not awesome, and this is what's gonna end up doing anyway, but I was like, well, would I rather have, or would I rather ask for like a monitor, like a pretty monitor? Well, I already have a monitor, but anyway, I got like a nice one now, Asus. I've heard people call it Asus, so no, I have no idea. Whatever, I don't want to sound like an idiot either way, but anyway, I know they're like one of the best in monitor stuffs. So yeah. Anyway, so I got one of those, and yeah, obviously I'm gonna use that every day rather than, not that it's not awesome, but like it just sit on a shelf. So at that time, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get that, and I could get some other stuff too. So if you're talking about the old not Tumblr, there's not old Tumblr. So yeah, my point is, I would get it in the time I would get it would be, I don't know, at least probably like a year and a half from now, because I'm not sure.
Ooh.
I still have to catch up on the other DC sets. And what I'll probably end up doing is using YouTube money to save up for it. But still, that's going to take like at least... No, because I already have my YouTube money planned out for it. I'm going to use it. Not that I get a lot, guys. I'm very close to getting my second paycheck, which is $100. So I want to thank you guys for that. However, I'm setting...
Wait, can I just ask you a question? How do YouTube pay you exactly?
You have to sign up for Google AdSense and stuff. I don't know it's not. I thought it was 100. What is it? A cent per 1,000 views, but it's not. You don't have to get that many views because I'm at like 163,000 and almost like $210 in the YouTube analytics. However, since the AdSense takes a while to accumulate, it's like my current balance is like, I don't know, something or other. I don't know if I know the balance is not going to give away any information, but so my point is I'm going to get that very soon. However, since I'm going to be smart with this and not spend it immediately. Well, I'm saving $40, so I'm not going to spend on anything Lego, first of all. And the other $60, I'm going to split it. It's going to wait a while, but half of it's going towards, well, all of it's going towards the two Lego 2015 games, so I can get them like the day they come out. So the one half I'll spend in June on the Jurassic Park game, and the other half will go to the Lego Avengers game, which is in the fall. So yeah. And I was trying to think, like, because now I have no idea when I'm gonna get this, or how I'm gonna get this done. That's a much better way to put it. So that I'm gonna have to do something on the side to get that. So yeah. Oh, I almost forgot. Let's do the shout out quickly so I can, before I get back into my my conversation. I believe my question. Oh, I know what my question was now. My question was like what? Okay, what Teen Titans member have we? It must have been Ow, gosh, must have been worded some way so that it wasn't like have we not gone yet? Because obviously we haven't gotten the Beast Boy and the Starfire yet. Um, and technically, and actually, the same person answered twice. The winner is Funny. He changed it back to Bricks. Oh, yeah. No, I thought he changed it back to Funny Films, but I'm not sure. I don't know if he changed it
No,
back.
Funny Films is like his original, and he never
No,
changed it back.
No, I know because I thought I saw someone comment like Funny Films, so that must have been his stop motion channel. So I thought he changed it back for whatever reason.
Oh yeah.
But he didn't. So anyway, yeah, Funny Bricks. So yeah, that's cool. And the answer was the answer I was looking for was Raven, but he actually answered both ways right, which was the other way was that we haven't actually gotten the Teen Titans Robin Cyborg printing yet. So you won both ways. You still win. I'm not gonna say you win 2 weeks because that'd be unfair, but yeah. Plus he's been on BrickTalk before, so you know. And how? Oh, 570 subscribers. Yeah. So make sure you guys check his channel out. He should be in the description below. If he's not, just comment telling me. It is Raven. Raven. That is correct. Damien Wayne Animations. So yeah, that's the shout out. Oh, the week of BrickTalk. Anyway, so what I was talking about was see, this is what happens when I discuss things. I branch off into like million different things. Yeah, not obviously. Okay, whatever. I don't need to explain that. I branch off into a million different things. So I was talking about the Dark Knight, and because it had to do with how I didn't like the Batman. So I didn't like Christian Bale as Batman. I liked him as Bruce Wayne, which was branched off from the series. Which, oh my gosh, this is what I was talking about. Which is why, in this case, okay, now I know what I was talking about. So, which is why in this case, Batman's gonna be the funny one because I think, I regard that impression as a joke and it's really easy to do, rather than an actual Batman impression, like Kevin Conroy would, my goal if I were to do like a normal one or something. So yeah, yeah. So in this case, it will be Robin, even though he's wearing this dumb costume in the series because Batman made it for him. He's actually going to be not that he's I think that like smart compared to Batman, he'll be like he'll be like really good at like fighting and stuff, but he'll just be like really like stupid, like really like stupid. I keep saying that word. Like he'll be really stupid as in that I'm trying to he's just stupid. You'll see what I mean if you when the video comes out. Which is probably going to be in a couple of months. Now, I'm not going to say any goals. I'm not going to get anyone's hopes up. I'm going to try to get it out before summer. That's my goal. So yeah, and that's what I was getting back to. I hate when because people now have really overkill. Now it's not only Forest Fire. I'm not saying Forest Fire owns this idea, but I see it as copying when people do legitimately. The Robin is like Forest Fire's thing, where Robin is gay. I think. Yeah, I'm not like trying to be rude. I think he is legitimately. Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, now I remember from Forest Fire's videos. So I hate when people do it where he's got like the high pitched voice and like he like I've legitimately seen videos where he runs in and he yells like, "Oh, Batman, Batman!" So I hate when people do that. It's like. Yeah, well, Force didn't make the idea that Robin was stupid because his outfit looks stupid and the Lego the original head print they use looks stupid. I'm not saying he does, and I'm not saying that, which I haven't seen this anymore. That I think people used to comment and say that like pretty much any Lego Batman stop motion was like a Forest Fire ripoff, which no, because see that now that no, you can't just say that any Batman stop motion is Forest Fire, which branches back, not branches. Well, yeah, branches. Which leads back to the idea that. What I was gonna say was that I haven't seen that many good Indiana Jones videos. Like they'll be like singles, like the Quest for the Platinum Waffle. I remember, and they made the aluminum wand. I can't remember what it is now. I don't know, something like that. The Wand of Destiny. That's what it was, right? I remember the beginning because I think it was Indiana Jones dad, Sean Connery. Sean Connery. That was a bad impression, though. Okay. Anyway, yeah, Sean Connery. And, yeah. Oh, Frozen Bricks Productions. And I was talking about the new Arkham Asylum, and I checked it's sold out everywhere. Oh, well, the new one, I wouldn't pay $300 for it. I don't really know what to do in this case. Because I don't think that it will get cheaper over time, considering the previous Batman sets. Not to be a jerk, but see, when I got this, like, these sets, when I started collecting these Batman sets, I'm gonna be like, in probably 5 years when these sets are sold out, there's gonna be people feeling just like how I did with the original Batman line. It's like they don't have it, but it's gonna be so cool because like I have it, and now I've got some like cool items like in the future. But see, the thing is, that's not gonna be as true though, because while Lego Batman, trust me, is very popular, the most best-selling video game. There's like way more people now collecting Lego, like that have collected all the DC sets, that are collecting it, obviously, because it's not a deadline yet. Not yet. You know what? I don't know when. I can't see it ending because I don't know. Like because I feel like it will, because the only line that has been going on continuously to this day that I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think how to say it, but what I'm trying to say is that like unless it takes a Star Wars route where they keep selling it over and over. But the thing is, in this case, there is actually new media being, or not media. Oh, that's not what media is. Oh my gosh, there's new content. Like there's like a ton of content being put out there. It's now I'm not saying that Star Wars doesn't have like outside content, but gosh, like superheroes is way more like it. Because first, it's comics. Second, there's all these movies and stuff. Some of DC's aren't very good. Marvel is the king of superhero movies, I would say. Even though they're their original ones, oh my gosh. I think it was, I don't remember. Someone was poking fun at like, oh, it must have been that the John Bailey guy, which does the. He actually did a trailer for Aubrey Studios. Justice League, so that was pretty cool. He's the voice guy from. I'm not even gonna say Screen Junkies, Honest Trailers. That's what everyone knows him from. And well, from Screen Junkies, obviously. And I think it was him who said like, I can just remember they're like, geez, they'll never get it right, or it's like they'll never learn it. They'll never learn how to make a movie right, something like that. And yeah, so that was a joke because their movies are much better now. Yeah. I just started thinking about CGI and how terrible it was in The Hobbit. So yeah. Oh, because I know this is so irrelevant, but I was listening to the radio today, and like they're like, what's like your favorite movie that you loved or whatever, but that's bad. And I was thinking in my head, the Hobbit movies, because of course I'm going to love them because I love The Hobbit, and I'm into like that category. It's like saying someone who gets into Harry Potter, if someone tells them the movies are bad, they're gonna be like, what? No, what are you talking? Why am I doing that? Because I like Harry Potter, so I just offended myself there. So anyway, now that I watch it, I'm really not impressed with like some of the acting. I'm not talking about like the 11-year-old, like from the first movie. Actually, like, yeah, they were like 10 or 11 in that movie. Gosh. See, and I was thinking about this, and it's really irrelevant. Okay, so anyway, so I was thinking the Hobbit movies for that because really what they should have done is one movie. They should have done one movie. I don't care. It could have been 3 hours long. It could have been a Peter Jackson length movie. So that would have been fine. It's just 3 movies. However, the funny thing is, now I think about it, I probably would have been like, if I heard that like, okay, like if they gave the option to the public, which they never would, because obviously they're gonna go for a cash grab. Like, would you rather have 1 or 3 movies? And like, okay, not I'm gonna just change the scenario completely. Like, and just a question in general, would you rather have like one good Hobbit movie that like didn't have the problems, that the I'm Mr. Funny 1236 1236. You can say it however you want. Technically, it's 1,236. But then again, mine wasn't Lego Brick Fan 615. It was 615. So anyway, 615. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, so hi. But it was like one movie without the flaws of the other one. Like God, just the orcs and like whatever those like fat troll things were from the third movie. And I just started thinking about this because my friend said he was gonna have like a party where we watched every single like movie, and I was just thinking that because I was like, yes, because I want to see the third one again. Um, because I was like all upset that I'd have to wait for it to come out on DVD, like obviously the day after I saw the movie. And now it's gonna come out usually. Well, not usually. Now it'll come out within the next month or so. Definitely in March. That's when the other two came out on DVD. So, yeah. So anyway, I was thinking about that, and that would be the movie I would say for them. Because 1,2,3,6 is right. All right, there you go. Close enough. 1,2,3,6. Yeah, that's the same as mine. 615. Yeah, just pronounce all the numbers. Yeah. So anyway. Yeah, the only good CGI was Gollum, which is like amazing CGI, and Smaug. See, now it's actually like I'm trying to like I'm pondering in my head whether or not I like them making like the dumb like where did they like I don't get that. Who reads it? Who reads the book and like did whose idea was it to call it Smaug? I don't understand that. Like were they like Smaug?
No, I
Smaug?
think because it's like a word of saying things like and that dragon might originally say something like that.
See, I don't know that because that's like I get what you're saying because Gollum is named technically he's named Gollum because he makes like weird like noises that sound like that they're like Gollum like okay that's terrible but like in the book and in the movie he does this too because Andy Serkis is really good in those roles obviously so like he got his name from his cough because his weird cough which sounds like Gollum and they usually name creatures after that Smaug like I don't know what they named like that's kind of weird. That's like the problem I have. I'm just thinking about this. If you had lots of money and already bought all the new DC sets, would you buy Star Wars sets and which ones? Yeah, I mean, I might not spend it on Lego, but yeah, probably. If you're just asking me which Star Wars sets would I get, probably that one with that weird Darth Vader helmet because I want to see how that turns out. That's probably like my favorite set from the new one, the only one that I care about. Plus probably some. Now, why would I care about Episode 7? Um, I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying like if I was thinking like oh it'd be cool to get an Episode 7 set, but I don't like why would that be special? I have no idea. But yeah, that new one that I talked about last week. So it looks like we're not gonna get to talk about Marvel stuff. Let's just keep talking. What we were talking about here, I was talking about the Hobbit movies, but someone already answered it, and there's a delay on this. So yeah, the Hobbit series really. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I felt like talking about it because I'd see, but my point was between one or three, I'd probably be like, well, I'd rather see more movies, but obviously I'm not gonna be as good because it didn't no. So the smog thing though, like because I know what you're saying, Bricklog. It's like no one who called it smog before the movies. Like I don't get that. Like everyone, it's smog. Smog is in like like that like smoky ugly stuff. That's a terrible description. Anyway though, so smog because like I remember like I read the book before the movie came out before the first movie because that was like that wasn't that long of a book, 300 pages. No, that was a fairly short book actually. So I read it in. Actually, I must not have read it before the movie. Oh, I must have seen the first movie and then read it. Okay, that makes sense because I got it that Christmas, the book. Because I thought I like read it before the movies, so I was like I knew everything. No, but I remember I was asking my friend who had read it, and so then I read the book and I was like, what the heck? I call him Azog at first, whatever. Azog's not in this, and Like, it's kind of just stupid. They, like, I mean, like, really, they had to have Sauron in it, and what they tried to do was really, really, it turned out terrible. Bridge this with Lord of the Rings. What's his name? Thranduil? I don't know his name. Threadman, um, like literally tells like a loss, like go to this ranger. Go to this ranger. He'll tell you that's a. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I just offended everyone who lives in England or not or whatever. Yeah, people with that accent, with an English accent. That was terrible as well. Oh my gosh, it's funny. I'm thinking about them doing. Speaking of British people doing American accents, I didn't know that. See, I always found the Donovan accent from Indiana Jones to be really like weird. Not weird. It just didn't. I don't know. Like it was weird. Okay. So anyway, so I can close off the other gaps. My point is, I don't know how they came up with Smaug and just God. Who is it? Is it like because of their accent? No. Well, no. It must not be because like did they must have had to tell everyone in the movie Smaug. Smaug the Defiler. Smaug the Defiler. Yeah, that's Azog the Defiler. So, the Pale Orc. He reminds me of Voldemort. I called him, what, like shirtless Voldemort or something? Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember what I call him. So, I'm trying to tie loose things up because I always found that Donovan accent, like before I knew that he was a British guy and he did an American accent. I always found it really weird how he talked. How he talked. I mean that's not wrong. Oh my gosh, how he spoke. Like I don't know. He's just like you could. I wouldn't be able to tell if I was like talking to him. I'm trying to think whether I'd not be able to tell he was doing an accent. Make this for 1 hour long. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep talking. So yeah. Anyway, it could extend that long. But Julian Glover, which is the guy who was, no, why would I say voiced? Who was Donovan in the movie? Which actually. I said this before, but The Last Crusade is my favorite Indiana Jones movie. However, I think the first one is the best one, if that makes sense. Everyone agrees the first one's the best one, but I liked all three, honestly. I know the first one's slightly better, but I love them all those movies, all three of them, the three Indiana Jones movies. It's really fortunate that they didn't make a fourth one because it would probably suck. But yeah, so out of the Indiana Jones trilogy, the third one was my favorite. I just love because the third ones have like a fun spirit because of Sean Connery in it, and not because of Sean Connery. It's because of the character and that Sean Connery so brilliantly portrays. And I never thought of it as my favorite before, but I just really like the tone of the third movie. It's a really cool movie, and all three are cool. I was talking to my friend, and I don't think he had seen it, so I was like, oh, because he was like saying, he was like, yeah, the Indiana Jones movies aren't that good, and I don't know, I think he was seriously saying this, and he's the one who always argues with me. I like DC, he likes Marvel, so I don't know if he was just saying that to like get on my nerves or because I was annoying him or something like that, but he just like says that. No, I think he said like, well, I think I think the Indiana Jones movies are bad. And I was like, no, you don't. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, well, and so it was like, do you remember the theme song? And he's like, and then like started singing it or whatever. And I was like, yeah. That's what
Well, next time you can tell him like use Indiana Jones as example. I hate Indiana Jones. Like you said that, and maybe he said he like it.
Yeah. Well, oh no, I know what you're saying. I don't know if he actually doesn't like them. I can see why someone wouldn't like them though, because like the special, no, but even then the special effects were good. See, like it wasn't like Superman like that bad special effects from the first four Superman movies, and then the other two, 3 and 4. See, I seem to find a pattern that whenever with this is only with 2 movie series because I can't say this for Indiana Jones. Whenever there's 4 movies, there's this pattern which carry the Batman. what's his face? I don't know what to call it. The 1990s, I'll call it Batman. What's the word for the 1990s Batman movies, and I'm including the first one. It followed the same pattern as the original Superman movies, like the live action ones, with because I can't think of a better term to group them all together. Gosh, what's his name? I blanked on the guy's name who played Superman. Are you gonna watch the new Star Wars movie? Now, just because I don't collect Star Wars sets does not mean I'm not gonna watch the new Star Wars movie. I mean, come on. But yes, I am. I'm excited for it actually. And I was angry that the trailer came out, or it's a teaser. The teaser came out because trailers actually sort up what's gonna happen in the movie, set up what's gonna happen in the movie. Teasers just show random stuff. If you guys can't tell the difference, and usually teasers are shorter. Otherwise, it'd just be like a bunch of random clips compiled together. So yeah, I was watching that, and that came out in November of 2014, which wasn't that long ago. It was like 4 months ago. And it said coming soon, December 2015. Now you're probably saying, well, you should have already known when the movie was going to release or whatever, but I hadn't been paying attention. So I watched the trailer, the teaser. Okay, I watched the teaser, and it said December 2015, and I was like, what? A year? I have to wait a year? And I got upset so that shows I want to see the movie. Obviously, who doesn't want to see the movie? It's got a good chance of being better than the prequels, definitely, but I'm not sure. But yeah, hopefully, if that's getting a reboot, that Indiana Jones is getting a reboot. And the same person who said he wasn't too fond of the Indiana Jones movies. Now, I don't know if that's exactly what he said, because I love the spirit. They're just like great movies. They're just like really good 3 movies. But so that pattern that I was talking about with the guy who, I know the Superman guy had something. I forget what happened, but he died, which was unfortunate. He is Superman now. Like, I can't think of his name. I couldn't hear it. It was all like messed up and funky stuff. Do you like the new summer sets? I don't know which sets. If you're talking about the Star Wars ones, the only ones I paid attention to were like the TIE Fighter and that set with the weird Darth Vader helmet. The improved Darth Vader helmet, actually. And I like those. I mean, I'm not gonna say there's anything wrong with the UCS TIE Fighter. I don't care for it. But yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. It's all like fuzzy. But what I was saying before was since the Batman movies, those 4 came after the 4 Superman movies. The first 2 Superman movies were good. The third one was like, what happened? Bad. And then the fourth one managed to be even worse. That Batman series should have really paid attention to what happened, because the exact same thing did that again. First movie was really good. Second movie was almost just as good, or this is equal. And then the third Batman and Robin, so Batman Forever was like, what happened? So it was like bad. And then Batman and Robin came out, and people were like, oh my god. History repeated itself, and it has a tendency to do that. Now, thankfully, it didn't do the same thing for Indiana Jones, because that came out technically in between that Superman series. Well, no, because the third Indiana Jones movie was 1989, so that would have been when the first Batman one came out. Anyway, yeah, I remember it was 1989. So I didn't do that for that, because there were like those 3 movies were so good. Yeah, and then the kingdom. The kingdom of the crystal skull. See, what I never understood was why they actually called it Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Why? I was like, wait, what? It's called Kingdom of the. Why wouldn't it just be the Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, or Indiana Jones and like the Lost Kingdom? Which I feel like I've heard that name before, so maybe they were gonna call it that. The Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is literally a terrible name. It's literally a terrible name. I'm sorry. is just it's just why wouldn't they even call it like Indiana Jones and the dumb alien? They should have called it that, or Indiana Jones and or Indiana Jones and his back problems or something. DC and Marvel. Damian Wayne anime. If you're asking me DC or Marvel, I like DC better. I like both very well. I like superheroes in general, but I have way more knowledge of DC than I do of Marvel. So just know that. I know hardly anything about Marvel. I just know that their movies are pretty darn awesome. And yeah. And I usually hear, generally, I wouldn't know for myself, but I've read some DC comics and I really like them. So people generally say I think DC comics, the comics from DC are generally better than the Marvel comics. Not to say that there's bad Marvel comics, which is the same to be said about Marvel movies are generally better than DC movies. However, there's some very good DC movies. And the ever so debatable Dark Knight, which some people, the debate is about whether or not it's a superhero movie, which there's a superhero in it, so I think that's pretty obvious. But I know what they're saying. I meant the sets, but that too. Oh, DC and Marvel sets. Yeah, I think they're all great. Actually, I don't have any problems with them. They're really awesome. However, see, now I'm starting to doubt myself about the Deathstroke. I never was really sure about it. About that Deathstroke, why couldn't they make a helmet? They made a helmet, like I was like playing Lego Batman 3 before I started this. And Deathstroke's, and I didn't unlock him. I only saw a glimpse of him. I was walking around, whatever this stuff, Zamaron. There you go. I was walking around Zamaron, and that's one of the missions or something. And I just saw him for a brief second. He had a helmet on. Why didn't they just give him a helmet? Anyway, do I like them? Yes, I do like. They're all wonderful, especially Jokerland. Like I said last time, I have no idea why they made it. It's just awesome. And generally, when I say I don't know why they did this, it's usually has a negative tone or an overtone or whatever to it. But in this case, it's not. It's just like this honestly doesn't make sense to me. So, yeah, this is gonna be pretty long. Yeah. So anyway, Indiana Jones, and also I heard that they could possibly, like they're doing with Star Wars, since Disney is Lucasfilm, they could possibly reboot Indiana Jones. And the same person who told me they didn't like Indiana Jones said that they would have Chris Pratt be Indiana Jones. And I don't know why. I feel like he's like I'm not gonna say it. He just like he seems to like talk about Chris Pratt a lot. And gosh, even more minifigures of him. I think the one reason that my friend likes to talk about him is because he loves the show Parks and Recreation. Now I think it ended, or isn't it in the final season? I don't know. But he loves that show, and Chris Pratt is I don't know. I know he was in it at some point if he isn't in it right now. So it kind of makes sense why, and he was great in the Lego movie and stuff, so yeah, I don't have a problem with him. And then he's in Jurassic World, and he's great in Guardians of the Galaxy too. So anyway though, but now that I think about it, I don't know anyone. See, that's the problem. Now I can't think of anyone else being Indiana Jones but Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones. I can't ever I don't know. It just won't be Indiana Jones. And now I know it's like saying that someone's gonna try to do another Joker, like what is it, Jay Leto's gonna be Joker or something like that. It's like they're just never gonna be Heath Ledger or something like that. That's like what Heath Ledger's left such an imprint that, because he was amazing and it's really sad what happened, but he's left such an imprint that people are gonna say that probably like oh well, he compared to Heath Ledger, and then there'll probably be ones after, like, I don't know, Jay Leto or something like that. I don't know. But, I mean, yeah, something like that. He's supposed to play Joker. And I think it was Suicide Squad movie. So, yeah. Oh, about Arkham Knight, my friend Ian the Gamer, yeah, if he changed it or something. But my friend Ian was upset that they made it M. Not because he couldn't play it, just because it doesn't, he didn't know why. And to me, that doesn't make sense either. If is that gonna restrict me from playing the game? No, it's not. No, not that I'm over 17, but obviously you guys should be able to figure that out. Like, I'm not saying oh my god, it's M, no, I can't play it. My point is he was just he didn't get why they made it M. The other ones were teen, and he said it was an argument with, I think it was Rocksteady and someone else, that they had the people they said that they had a disagreement or something, And then he was also angry that they postponed the game. Now, I have a different side to that I might talk about. He's angry that they postponed the game. He's like, oh, they had to make it perfect or whatever. And I was like, well, Ian, would you want to play a game where there's a bunch of bugs? Because bugs in games are the one most annoying thing ever. That's a stupid thing to say, but like, that's like saying like it's like why would they give out an unfinished game? And I'm actually on the side of them for if they have to finish stuff, go ahead. I'd rather have a game that doesn't have any bugs than a game that does, because trust me, especially gaming gets people all fired up. And trust me, if I was playing a game and there was something that really started to get on my nerves, and it kept happening over and over, I would get really, really angry, and I probably just wouldn't play the game, which sucks. So my point is, if there was something like that they needed to fix, then I'm fine. Like, go ahead, because not that I'm gonna be playing it, because next gen console. Now I kind of see what they're saying, because from that trailer, I know I said it like once earlier, but gosh, that was like it was really, really good. Definitely, it just looked. Oh my god, it looked. Oh my god, it looked so good. I don't know if it's just because I've got like a 1080p monitor or something like that. No, it's not only that. It's like the details were incredible in that trailer. I was like, oh my god. So yeah, and also I was confused about the premise, because I thought the premise was that there was someone dressing up as Batman and doing stuff, and he would be the Arkham Knight, and that was that picture we saw, and now the bad guy's Scarecrow? Like, I don't get it now, so I said, oh, I thought that was the Arkham Knight, and I was like, well, wait, is it Scarecrow or the Arkham Knight? And then it showed his face up close. I was like, it's Scarecrow. What? I thought it was supposed to be. I don't know. I'm confused. So if you guys know what is going on and want to correct how stupid I am, then please do, because I thought that the Arkham Knight was a bad guy, but it looks basically like a Batman suit, and so when I saw that, it was like, wait, it's about Scarecrow. I was like, okay, I'm fine with it being about Scarecrow, but I thought it was about a character called the Arkham Knight with this awesome suit that I don't know what he did, but he was like the main antagonist or something, or like something Batman. He conflicted with Batman or something like that. Something like that. Batman didn't like him. I got that from when all the hype was for the game, and then I sort of forgot about it until my friend started talking about it. He's like, the trailer came out, so I watched it, and it was a really good trailer. It's an awesome trailer. But now I'm confused, because now there's Scarecrow standing there, and like and not only is the detail better on these bad guys. Oh my gosh, in this game they look so awesome. Like, I don't know, like you may have seen, like, they just, like, compared to the other, like, Arkham City and stuff, to the quality of it, it looks so much better. And that being said, like, the enemies are like so awesome. They're really, really awesome. And I want to say something, but I'm not gonna say it. They're really awesome looking. I'm just gonna say that. Like, I watched that. I was sad there was no Joker. Obviously, he's dead, because this is after. Oh my God! Spoiler alert! He dies in Arkham City. Then I spoiled that for myself because I didn't have the game, so I just like watched like the ending, because I was like, wait, Joker died, and then I was like, oh, he was Clayface, and then he actually died. So yeah. Anyway, I should actually play that game, since I played it at my friend's house, and then now I have the game on some card that I probably lost because I didn't think it was worth value. Now, not that I would purposely lose it. That's stupid. Not that I would purposely lose it. Not that I would not care for it. It's just that these things have a tendency of losing themselves. Not that. Oh my gosh, of disappearing in my house. So yeah. So this has been a long brick talk, but this one's probably not gonna have a title either. It's one of those special ones. So that's what that means. I don't think I'm gonna talk about the Marvel sets either. So with the Dark Knight Comes Back, which I started talking about in the beginning, I didn't realize how much work I had to do, blah, blah, blah. I was trying to remember what I was saying. And so I could I did that so I could have Batman a funny, like a stupid character, and Robin like a normal character. It's kind of a twist on things because pretty much on YouTube you see everyone doing that, like Robin. Do not mute me. I'll mute you. You muted yourself, so you know whatever. Sorry, I was muted by Bricklaw. Anyway, so whether or not I don't know why did I say random words without actually knowing what I'm gonna say. Okay, so anyway, my point is I'm not gonna give you a date because I don't want to. My goal is before summer starts, and what I was saying was I got a decent amount of work done on it. Like I got started on the work I'm gonna have to do over that break I had last week. This week and the next 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, I was gonna say this at the beginning of the Brick Talk. My gosh, I talk a lot for an hour. It's 55 minutes. So, what I was gonna say was that this week has been extremely busy, like for me. So, and it's going to be like that for the next 2 weeks, which is why I don't think I'm gonna make my original goal, which I'm not gonna tell you because like I said, I'm not gonna make it. Yeah, but anyway, so I'm sorry about that, guys, but like literally now, I'm going to be doing this. It's over the next 2 weeks till the end of that week, technically. So there's this next week, the week ahead of this week, the week after that, and after that Sunday, that basically the week after that, then I will like so much time will free up. So yeah, and so that's basically what's going down. So then I'm planning on probably finishing it, hopefully before school ends, which is like halfway through June. More than halfway, but whatever. So and then I'll have what? Oh, we'll have the entire month of April without any, not without any activities, but without like daily activities like I have right now, which is why I can't do it, and they're quite extensive. So yeah. Anyway, so that's why I'm not gonna be able to like do. I haven't even thought about it. I really just haven't, because I haven't really had that much time at home these days. Besides sleeping, obviously. Whatever. So yeah. Today I actually did though. I had a lot of time. So yeah, I was thinking about it, and today I decided to spend working on Lego Batman 3. So yeah, that's also a reasonable goal to me. Like, see, the problem with that I have of like myself right now is like if I'm not working on like The Dark Knight Comes Back or whatever, I'll be like, you really should be working on it or something like that. So it was like, no, I don't like, because like the problem is usually I don't know where to start because I have so many open ends now that I can really work on a bunch of stuff. But today I decided to work on Lego Batman 3, so I accept that. I was like, okay, yeah, that works because like right now my primary goals are like beating that game, which I was doing for a while, working on it. Anyway, guys, I think this is going to wrap up this extensive brick talk. The cow for this week. Let's see here. I'd like to say a lot of things. The cow of this week is, what is my opinion on Christian Bale as Batman and Bruce Wayne? There's 2 separate responses, like for the same person. Whatever, for the 2 different things. And answer after the video is over. The other person, I think, answered during the video. Just don't do that. Anyway, guys, right now this is LEGOBrickFan Productions. Brick Law, who just muted me, signing out.